4,500 years ago, an engineering marvel rose out of the Egyptian sand. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built without cranes, bulldozers, or even the wheel, yet its mathematics and construction rival modern standards. This diagram compares the Burj Khalifa, the tallest modern skyscraper on Earth, to the Great Pyramid. The Burj Khalifa weighs about 500,000 tons. The Great Pyramid is estimated to weigh a staggering 6 million tons. To reach that mass, builders quarried, moved, and stacked an estimated 2.3 million individual blocks of limestone and granite. Some of these stones, hauled from hundreds of miles away, weigh up to 80 tons each. Hauling that much physical mass across an ancient desert requires a level of logistical planning that stretches the boundaries of what historians assume early human societies could achieve. This diagram illustrates an extreme geographical alignment. The base of the pyramid points exactly to true north. The margin of error is a mere 1/15 of a degree. Achieving this without a compass, using only the naked eye, requires staggering astronomical knowledge. That exactness led researchers to look to the sky for answers. The Orion correlation theory proposes ancient builders intentionally arranged their monuments to mirror specific constellations. This image shows the 3 central stars forming Orion's belt. Notice the slight offset of the smallest star in the sequence. When you map the 3 pyramids of the Giza Plateau onto those stars, the layout matches perfectly. But there is a catch. The ground structures align with the night sky exactly as it appeared around 10,500 BC, long before the accepted construction date of 2,500 BC. While historians debate whether this alignment is intentional, the correlation places the design in an era 8,000 years before the pharaohs. This discrepancy remains one of the most persistent challenges to the conventional construction timeline. This diagram maps the internal structure of the Great Pyramid. Early explorers found the Queen's Chamber coated in an inch of salt and gypsum, residue that engineer Christopher Dunn argues is a chemical footprint. He posits that dilute hydrochloric acid and a zinc solution were delivered through these shafts. When combined, they boil off hydrogen gas, a reaction that would explain the mineral buildup left on the walls. Deep inside the chambers, granite blocks bear the marks of perfectly circular drill cores. Modern attempts to cut this dense stone using only copper chisels and sand struggle to replicate these smooth boreholes, implying the use of mechanical tools far more advanced than a handheld chisel. These inconsistencies have fueled the hypothesis that early Egyptians did not spontaneously develop these capabilities. Instead, alternative researchers suggest they inherited the site from a highly sophisticated society that was vanished long before the first recorded pharaohs. This image reveals deep vertical erosion patterns on the walls of the Sphinx enclosure. Geologists confirm this undulating profile is characteristic of damage from heavy torrential rainfall, weather conditions that have not existed on the Giza Plateau since the end of the last ice age. Finding physical water damage in what is now a bone-dry desert points to an origin in a climate that vanished thousands of years before the 4th dynasty began its reign. Before we rewrite history entirely, we have to look at what mainstream science has actually proven. The builders were not Hollywood slaves. Excavations reveal a highly skilled, well-fed, and organized workforce of citizens who supported a massive national project. This model demonstrates a brilliant piece of applied physics discovered in 2014. Sledges loaded with massive stones would normally sink into dry sand, but by pouring exactly 2 to 5% water into the sand in front of the sledge, the builders drastically reduced the friction, allowing heavy loads to glide. From there, the stones moved upward. Archaeologists have identified the mechanics of massive ancient ramp systems. By utilizing wooden pillars and rope pulleys, teams could hoist the heavy blocks up a gradual incline, layer by layer. It took immense civic cooperation, deep environmental knowledge, and brutal physical effort. Recognizing the actual physics behind the construction proves that humans were entirely capable of moving these stones without outside intervention. Yet, even with optimized sledges, the timeline creates a logistical bottleneck. To complete the Great Pyramid in 20 years, workers had to quarry, transport, and perfectly set a multi-ton stone every 3 minutes, every single day for 2 decades. This image shows the steep, narrow architecture of the Grand Gallery. In 2017, an international team used advanced cosmic ray scanning to peer through the dense rock. They found an enormous, previously unknown void sitting directly above this gallery, with no apparent entry point. This image reveals a small limestone door discovered deep inside a tiny ventilation shaft. Unlike typical stone masonry, this block features 2 distinct copper pins, like handles, sealing off whatever lies hidden behind it. We have the technology to look past that door and into the massive void above the gallery. But official requests for further physical exploration or drilling have been repeatedly denied, effectively halting the investigation. The Great Pyramid remains sealed. While we have the technology to see through the stone, the physical gates to these inner voids remain shut, holding secrets that have been out of reach for 4,000 years.